It's a haul! Okay, so welcome back to my channel, and we're back with another book haul to show you guys. So the books that I received, majority of them except for one, is from Chapters Indigo. I did receive them in collaboration, I guess. I never got paid. It's not a paid promotion. It's just literally like I'm a part of their program where I help promote their staff picks of the month, as well as their Indigo Book Boxes that they put out like on a monthly rolling basis kind of thing, and I'll show you more about it later. But if you guys don't know what Chapters Indigo is, because I know a lot of my subscribers are from the United States, and I think there's only one Chapters Indigo store in United States. So if you guys don't know what it is, it's basically a bookstore, and it's a major bookstore here in Canada. It's across the country, and it's just like your Barnes and Nobles. It's basically the main source, or the main place where we can buy all our books here in Canada, aside from, you know, like Amazon and the small indie booksellers and things like that. So we're gonna do a little unboxing of the Indigo Book Box, and I just wanted to show you what it's all about. So if you guys are not familiar with what the Indigo Book Box is, it's not a subscription box, so you just buy one box at a time. And what I like about this Indigo Book Box is that you can know what's exactly in it. Aside from, like, now I'm not too familiar with these book boxes, but the book boxes in America, like the Owl Crate book box, or like even like the romance book boxes, you don't really know what's inside the box until you get it in the mail. It's like frustrating for me, because then I don't know what book I'm getting in the box. Like, what happens if I already have that book? Then it's gonna be a duplicate, and then like how do I know like what's inside it? Because like all the little like bits and pieces that they usually give you, like the free swag, sometimes I might not need it. Sometimes it's kind of like useless to me, or sometimes I already have it once again. So what I like about the Indigo Book Box is that I can actually see what I'm getting, and you just go on the website and you just take a look at which box, like, you know, sparks your interest, and then you hit checkout, and then boom, you get it. So you get what you paid for. That's a great thing. So this is how your Indigo Book Box will look like once you receive it in the mail. It's this like square rectangular box. Yeah, square rectangular box. And it says the Indigo Book Box on it. And I like the design of this book box because, like, if we open it, they kind of like give you instructions on like what to do. Like, they'll tell you unbox with style, and then they'll give you a step-by-step process of what to do, which is basically snap it, post it, and then tag it. And the company is really great with interacting with their customers, and they like to see you tag things, and sometimes they might feature you on their Instagram feed if you do a really great job.
Which is basically like my life goal right now, is to be featured on the Chapters Indigo Instagram webpage.
But it's fine if I don't, you know, it's fine. You know, the quality of my work might not be up to your standards, which is totally fine. So we're just gonna take everything outside of the box to start, because it's really hard handling a box. So the first item that I received, so now this is the Wilder Girls book box. So this is the book that we're getting. So it's a hardcover edition. It's very pretty, and from my friends, I think Emily, my friends, read it, and she absolutely loved it. And people who did read it, oh, Simone read this as well. And what they told me when they read it, or what they said when they read it, was that it was very gruesome. It has a lot of triggering topics that might not be suitable for all readers, and it was just like very heavy to read. I'm intrigued by it. I want to see how dark it can get, but also at the same time, I'm a mood reader, and I have to be in the mood to read something dark and gruesome, and I think that time is around Halloween, so I might save it for Halloween to read. Regardless, the cover design is gorgeous. Sorry, there's a glare. And usually these books are always signed. So this book is signed. I guess like they got a person to sign it. They got the author to sign it, and then they had to glue it in here, but regardless, it's signed still. So you get a hardcover edition of the book. Very pretty. And then the next few things you get is like kind of like cards and like papers. So I think this is a magnet. So we get a Wilder Girls magnet if you want one. And then Welcome to the Grey Sisters, which is like a postcard for the next Penguin Random House Canada teen like book, because this one is from Penguin Random House Canada, so just to promote. Then we got another card that is informational and it's about the book as well. And then you always get, or not always get, but you get a personalized note or a note from the author itself talking about her book. And it's fun to read if you really like the author. So the next big ticket item and the last item that I have to show you is that they usually come with like one really good piece of swag. And this time this box is really good because it actually comes with a tote bag. And I saw this on their Twitter and I was like, oh my god, that is stinking adorable. Like, that is a reason why you should buy the box. And it says I have to shelf control, which I have none of because I typically buy way too many books, even though I told myself that I can't buy books until I read at least 10 physical books off these shelves, but I don't listen to myself very well and then end up buying a lot, so I definitely don't have shelf control over that. So that's the book box itself, and you could always purchase it on their website. I don't think they sell it in stores. It's only on website for now, which is fine because I love book mail. And I'll put links down below if you're interested in seeing what other book boxes there are available for sale. So I also received a bunch of ARCS as well this week. So the first book that I want to show you is called Get a Life Chloe Brown by Talia Hibbert. And this book is from Avon Books, and look at the cover. I'm just saying that Avon is doing a great job this year at trying to get on with Berkeley romances and putting out romantic comedies and romances out in the market. And they're, so far, the books that I've read from them, they're really good. So now we got two big players in the publishing industry, Berkeley Romance and as well as Avon Books. I don't know much about this book, but I did start reading it. I'm 10% in so far and I really like it. I think this book is about Chloe Brown being very antisocial. She doesn't really have that many friends. She also doesn't have relationship status. All she cares about is her work and being a computer science geek. And then she meets a guy, and then like I think they start to slowly fall in love, but also from the 10 pages, I think that they're both very awkward around each other. They're trying to navigate through each other's feelings and emotions, which is really cute to read. So I'll definitely tell you more about this book once I finish it, and if it's a really great book, I'm definitely going to blast it. You guys will be hearing it from me. So the second book that I have is called The Wedding Party by Jasmine Guillory, and this book already came out in July 2019, so everybody has probably already read it or everybody probably already bought it. Regardless, you know. So Jasmine Guillory is a author that I've read only one book from, and so far that book was kind of average, and that's why I never picked up more books from her. I'm excited to receive this ARC just so I could like give her another shot. I never read her debut novel, The Wedding Date, yet, and so far that's the book that everybody has loved the most from her, so maybe I should read The Wedding Date first and then read this. I know they're also a part of like this whole same universe, like all the characters in her books know each other, but they can be read as standalones as well. So if you guys read this book and you guys enjoyed it, definitely tell me more about it in the comments. Love to hear what you think. The third book that I got is Christina Lauren's Twice in a Blue Moon. So I actually received an ARC of this book already from Simon Schuster in Canada, and I just received this book from another contact that I have. So now I have duplicates of this book, but I'll be excited to give this book away to a friend who really wants to read this book so we could read it together and we could cry together, because I heard from Christina Lauren herself that this one is very emotional and it'll definitely make you cry, and Christina Lauren never fails to make me cry. Well, also I cry for a lot of things and Lacey always makes fun of me for it, but we're just gonna get over the fact that I just like to be emotional. Once again, this book, I don't know too much about it because I don't want to spoil myself for the plot. I just want to take it in as is and just read it for what the story is as well. So yay, excited for it. This book comes out October 22nd, 2009. So the next book that I received from Indigo, Chapters Indigothat is Don't You Forget About Me by Mahari McFarlane. So I also read the ARC of this book way before it came out, and I enjoyed it. I think I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. I think the reason why I only gave it 3 out of 5 stars is because back then when I was reading it, I wasn't in the mood for a very slow burn romance. And if you guys are not familiar with this author is actually based in the UK, and I find that the UK people who write Avon UK books, that they have a certain style of writing and it's really hard to get into if you're not in the mood for it. So that's why I think that I should give this book another try, because I also know that my contact at HarperCollins, she really loved this book. This was like I think her favorite book of the year last year or this year when she read it, and I want to give it another try. So basically I think this book is a second chance romance, if I remember correctly, and our main character bumps into her high school crush and boyfriend, 10 years or so later. She thinks that she's going to be doing really well at that time, but she kind of is just nobody, and while he is thriving and doing really well, so she's kind of like embarrassed about herself because she didn't make it as quite far in life as people expected her to, and he's just like a calm dude, and they just work together in the same restaurant. So I think that's what the story is. So don't quote me if this is wrong, but yes, it also is the Indigo staff pick of the month, so you can definitely pick this up at Chapters Indigo. So the last book I received is Spin the Dawn by Elizabeth Lim. Now this book is described to be a fusion of Mulan meets Project Runway. We've got a tailor and a seamstress that's really good at her job, but the only problem is that she's a girl and not a guy. She disguises herself to be a boy and the son of her father and go into the kingdom for a huge competition. It's a cutthroat competition and things get dangerous, and I'm excited to read it. I had an arc of this book already, but I didn't have a chance to get to it yet. So far the reviews of this book are amazing, and I'm excited to read it once I'm in the mood for it. I think I'll be in the mood for it when it comes to the cooler seasons, because that's usually the time where I read a lot of my fantasy novels that I have on my shelf and a lot of my dystopian novels as well. And you can take a look at the cover here. It's this matte finishing covering that's just so beautiful, and also it is the Indigo staff pick of the month for August, so definitely go check it out. So the last book that I received in the mail from Me, Myself, and I is a copy of Beware of Dog by Elaine Fox, and I talked a lot about her on my Instagram stories, but Elaine Fox was one of those contemporary authors that I read when I was like fairly new into my reading game, and I just absolutely fell in love with those two books that I read that I've always wanted to buy her backlist books on Amazon Marketplace. And I bought these books for like, this one's probably a penny, and then I just paid for shipping for it, and shipping was $6.50. So in total this whole book was $6.50, which is kind of expensive for a used book, but also like you'll never find these books again because they're out of print. And I love her writing. I think she's really funny, I think she's really smart, and I want to get through all her backlist titles as fast as possible. So she's definitely one of those authors that I would recommend you to try out if you have the time. But you can always purchase the ebooks if you don't have any print books to buy. A special thanks to Chapters Indigo for providing me the Indigo Book Box, as well as the staff picks of the month for the month of August as well as July for me to showcase. And I'll leave the links down below just for my fellow Canadian subscribers who want to take a look on their website. They're doing really great sales this season. If you're not already signed up for the newsletter, definitely do it, because I signed up for it and it's literally the worst and best thing to ever happen to me. Best because I get notified of all the sales, and worse is because I get notified of all the sales and then I end up spending a lot of money when I shouldn't be spending a lot of money. But regardless, that is the end of my video. Thank you so much for watching. But if you like the video, definitely subscribe and give it a like down below, and I'll see you next time when I put up another video. Bye! Can't let you go. I can't let you go. 우리 운명적 한 번을 get you.